My name's Richard Newsome and I wrote the Billionaire series. My books are about a young Australian boy who inherits £20 billion and a whole lot of trouble. My publishers, Text Publishing, decided they'd run a competition where kids could also write imaginative stories about what they would do if they had $1 billion. We had hundreds of entries from all over the place, and first prize was $1,000 worth of books for the winner's library and $100 worth of books for the winner. And I'm lucky enough to get to announce who the winner and the runner-up is, and also read out their stories. Now, the runner-up was Alex McAvoy from Leichhardt Public School in Sydney for his story, The Billionaire's Test. And the winner was Dhruv Singh from Durack State School in Brisbane. So let's have a listen to what their stories are, and congratulations to both those guys. Okay, so we have The Billionaire's Test by Alex McAvoy. I'm woken with a ping on my phone. The message reads, "Grandpa Jim has died. Your plane to Japan leaves at 3 o'clock. Tears fill my eyes as I remember my grandpa. Last time we practiced shooting a bow and arrow. Melons were the targets exploding when hit. Grandpa lived on a tiny island off the coast of Japan. At the airport, I realise I'm not travelling on a regular plane. My ticket is for a private jet, and I'm the only passenger. After a glass of orange juice, I feel drowsy and quickly fall asleep. When I wake up, I'm looking straight out at the sky. The plane's door is open. Someone shoves me out and shouts, 'Don't forget to pull the pin!' I've got air face. I'm falling. All I can see is the ocean below. I stick my arms out like a skydiver and start looking for the parachute pin. I see 3 rings on my harness and pull. My parachute jerks me up, slows my fall, and now I'm drifting. I glance at a small island to my left. I grab the cords on my parachute and swerve towards it. I land on a soft, sandy beach. I check my backpack. Inside is an apple, a knife, and a note. The note says, "This is a test. This is where your grandfather died. If you can defeat what killed him, you will be highly rewarded." I see a path off the beach and follow it to my grandpa's house. It's full of cool stuff, medieval armour, chainmail, tools and weapons, including the same bow and arrow that Grandpa showed me how to use. I take the bow, a quiver full of arrows and some leather and chain armour, and wander outside to the wilderness. I'm looking for food, and flying above the trees I see a huge griffin-like creature. The griffin swoops down and tries to kill a boar. I knock, aim, and fire an arrow. It misses. I fire another one. It skims his wing. A feather falls. The griffin flies away to the top of a volcano, obviously scared. The boar trusts me now. He wants to come with me, so I name him Albeard. I get a weird idea that maybe I could ride the boar to the top of the volcano. I try, and to my surprise, the boar lets me. I make haste to the volcano. I arrive, and the griffin swoops at me. I duck a millisecond before, and at the speed of light I jump at the griffin, swinging my bag over its head and chop its wing off. Then the boar charges at it, knocking the griffin into the depths of the volcano. On our way down to the volcano, the boar takes me to the griffin's cave. I see something glistening in the dark, and inside we find thousands of gold bars. This is my grandfather's gold. And now the griffin that killed my grandfather is dead. The gold is mine. Albeard snorts happily. Well done, Alex. Great story. And now for the winning entry by Dhruv Singh from Durack State School in Brisbane. It's called Ghost Zero. Chennai, India, 0300 hours. Ludo DeSantis smiled as he pulled his blanket up and listened to the children crying in their cells in his basement. He thought of all the money he would make when he sold them to the foreign buyers in 2 days. A small ticking noise behind the bedroom door made his eyelids flutter open. Half asleep, he sat up and listened, but heard nothing. Still thinking of the money, he fell back to sleep on his smelly bed. A second later, the door was kicked open, and black figures in gas masks rushed into the room. Ludo screamed as he reached for his brand new revolver. His breath was knocked from him when one of the black men landed on top of him. The gun was slammed from his hand and clattered onto the floor. Ludo tried to punch the figure but was slapped in the face, his vision blurring. The last thing he thought of was all that money that he would now lose. 5 minutes later, the unconscious Ludo, with a bag over his face, was carried across a dark street into an armoured van. 6 shadowy men jumped into the van and it roared off into the darkness. 0500 hours. The black van stopped in the middle of farmland 100 kilometres west of Chennai. On an unused straight road stood an unmarked Gulfstream 650, its twin engines rumbling as the van swiftly approached. Sunrise made all the trees look orange as the Indian sun cast its heat over the 6 men. One of them was carrying the unconscious Ludo as they boarded the Gulfstream. The doors closed, the engines howled as the plane started gaining speed. 5 minutes later it rocketed above the clouds heading west. At Mach 0.925 it would reach New York by evening. 23:30 hours. A black Range Rover Sports drove through the tall iron gates and up a long gravel driveway. Many acres of lawns and gardens spread out on either side. It finally came to a halt in front of a brown stone chateau, and a man in a stylish tuxedo hopped out of the car. He walked up the stone stairs leading to a large oak door. The doors were opened by a young butler before he reached them. The mysterious man followed the butler through many long corridors covered in thick red velvet carpet. On the walls hung paintings, some by Da Vinci and Picasso, but the man ignored those. Off to one side in a stylish hall, a birthday party was going on. The men were dressed in suits and the women in long gowns. There were also children. They wore various costumes. Finally, the butler reached a red leather door. He pressed the intercom button and said in a deep voice, "Sir, Commander Kushal is here to see you." The doors automatically opened with a click. They entered a vast library with a glass roof and a pond in the middle. Rare blue shrimp lazily drifted in the water. And there was a huge oak door at the far end, beneath 10-metre-high windows. I sat at my desk watching Commander Kushal approach. "It's good to see you safe. So was it a successful mission?" I began. "Yes. We have Ludo de Santa and have destroyed his slaving organisation." "That's what I like to hear. I have a new mission for you," I responded, handing Kushal an iPhone. Standing up, I said, "This one's a really nasty character who's going to vanish very soon." I smiled. "My name is Dhruv Singh, and I'm planet Earth's newest billionaire." And that's it. Great couple of stories. Druv, congratulations. Really glad you've won that prize. $1,000 worth of books for your school, $100 worth of books for yourself. Thanks very much for taking part, and I think you'll all agree some great stories came out of that.